On today's Glory Days show, it's been a grueling 6 weeks, but two teams remain in the hunt for the Stanley Cup. Pete Torgerson will join us to break down the series between Chicago and Tampa Bay.
And for the second year in a row, the Belmont Stakes has a chance for a Triple Crown winner. As Derby and Preakness winner, American Pharoah tries to become the first horse since Affirmed in 1978 to take home racing's crown jewel. Jerry Schwartzman is back in the saddle to give us his analysis.
Newly re-elected FIFA president Sepp Blatter suddenly resigns as the investigation into international soccer governing body intensifies.
And did you hear about the Brooklyn Cyclones? They're celebrating their second annual Salute to Seinfeld as this year's festivities honor the Summer of George. The best
second annual.
The second one. Yeah. Best hour of your sports week is coming up on Glory Days right now.
InReview.com.
Hello again, everybody. Today is Saturday, June 6, 2015, and you're watching the Glory Days show with Bruce and Disco. My name is Paul Discofani, and this is my good friend, Bruce Oler. Kyle Melnick and Bonnie Schultz behind the glass, and you are joining us on the InReview TV network, broadcasting live from Studio C in the great state of New York. Good morning, my friend.
You know, I'm glad you introduced me as Bruce, and I'm happy to say that I still am Bruce. Not like this guy, not like this guy here, man, you know.
So you're not changing your name to Caitlin?
No, that's right. Not with an L or a Y or anything, man.
You know what? I looked at those pictures, and you know,
you'd like to date him, wouldn't you?
For a 65-year-old broad?
Not bad.
I mean, that's
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah.
I realize it's airbrushed. I mean, but every picture I've ever seen is from my youth has been airbrushed. You know what I just don't understand about the whole thing? Why does anybody care?
Well, you know, and people do care. And I had heard that there is a movement trying to get his gold medal taken away from him. Because,
why is that?
I mean, is that ridiculous or what? You know, what, he wasn't a man then? I mean, give me a break.
Well, he was a man then. I mean, I can understand if he wanted to compete in the Olympics today.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That'd be a different story altogether, you know.
You know, but I just don't understand. Although I do want to know, what do you do next weekend?
What do you mean?
It's Father's Day.
Okay.
Do you still get to celebrate Father's Day, or do you now get to celebrate two holidays?
He's a father. He's a father.
I guess. I don't
He's
know.
not a mother.
Is he a mutter?
No,
Was his mother a mutter?
I was thinking
we have
about,
to talk about Jerry Schwartzman
I
about
know,
that.
I know. We're talking about Seinfeld, too, and I was thinking about that on my way in this morning. You know, when it was raining out a little bit, I said, I wonder if it's going to be a muddy track, you know.
Well, you know what? This will be a good Jerry Schwartzman
It will be.
talk for later. But I just don't understand what the big deal is. Why? I guess the reason why everyone is so obsessed is because he was one of the biggest sports celebrities ever.
You know, and growing up, my name Bruce, you know, people always bust my chops. You didn't know many Bruces, you know. And then there was Bruce Springsteen. I'm like, man, and Bruce Jenner. I'm like, man, it's great to be a Bruce. And now, you know, he's kind of pushing it back a little bit now, I think, you know.
Well, did he get all the surgery done?
I don't know, nor am I all that interested, to tell you the truth, you know.
I mean, I've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
But all I could think about was the Ace Ventura movie.
Okay.
With Captain Winky. Remember the end of the Ace Ventura movie?
I'm not sure I do.
All right, these sponsors have they've turned the channel already.
All right.
No, sorry.
This is a sports show with a twist, so we did.
Oh boy, that is really a twist.
So I mean, and
but you know what? We could talk about
Bruce Jenner, the Olympian.
Do you know that there was, by the way, there was a BBC broadcaster who had to go on the air and publicly apologized because they were talking about Caitlyn Jenner,
Yeah.
and they happened to call her a he.
Oh, really? And he had to apologize.
He had to apologize.
Well, that's in this whole world of political correctness, I guess is what it is, right?
And from a hospital standpoint, and we both work with hospital
Yeah.
systems, there is
gender. Unknown.
There is no. It's not unknown.
Yeah. It's
really
undetermined.
I think that somewhere along the line we're going to have something like gender at birth and current gender.
Really? Really?
Well, it depends on if you know.
Off with their heads.
Off with their heads.
I see. Well, let's get back on script, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There are other things that are happening in the world of sports other than transgender women and men. What bathroom does he use?
Good question.
I guess he's got to sit down all the time.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. You know.
But you know what? And I'm sure our lovely and talented producer Bonnie can attest to this. When you're at a sporting event, isn't the worst line the women's line? So now can he just cut into the men's line and just, do what he needs to do? These are the type of questions that we ponder here. Just days after standing before the world's press and lecturing to reporters that he was the man that could clean up FIFA, newly re-elected President Sepp Blatter suddenly just resigned.
Now, did you say FIFA or FIFA?
I don't know.
Okay.
Whichever way I said it, I'll say it differently.
It's FIFA.
Claiming that
It's FIFA. Is that correct? Okay.
FIFA, claiming that FIFA required profound restructuring, the man who was elected to his 5th consecutive term as FIFA president has effectively said, in the words of the immortal Roberto de Marin, no mas. He was done and finished. Although he wasn't indicted in the original 147-page document handed down by the United States Department of Justice last week, Blatter was still being pressured by those officials, other executives within FIFA, regional federation executives, and his own advisors in the international soccer community.
How about his mom?
His mom was really mad.
She was staying on his side. Okay.
But her mom is turning into his father. Swiss officials are proceeding with their investigation into the awarding of the next 2 World Cups to both Russia in 2018 and Qatar in 2022, as documents has been seized from the FIFA headquarters. U.S. Department of Justice officials revealed that a number of soccer insiders are eager to talk to investigators in order to obtain leniency in the sentencing. It sounds like the choir is getting ready to sing.
It sure does. Okay. All right, in 2010, the FIFA Executive Board voted to award the 2022 World Cup to Qatar over the United States. 14 members of that committee have since been indicted, and although FIFA claims that there will be no revote for the bids, now that Blatter is out, anything is possible. Greg Dyke, the chairman of the Football Association, England's biggest football governing body, said, quote, "He's gone. At long last, we can sort out FIFA. We can go back to looking at these 2 World Cups. How did Qatar ever win a hosting bid? The average temperature in the summer, which lasts from May through September, is 113 degrees. That's not the high, that's the average." You know?
That means that when it was 100,
Yeah.
it was 126.
That's right. So since winning the bid, Qatar has been bashed for its inhumane living conditions for the migrant workers that are preparing the country for the event. According to reports, 1,200 workers have already been killed during the construction, and that number is predicted to go as high as 4,000 before the games are even played. Imagine how many are going to be killed with the soccer violence in the stands alone. It's starting out with 4,000. I don't know. FIFA last switched a World Cup site in 1986 when Colombia withdrew in 1982 due to financial problems. Mexico beat out the U.S. as a substitute host nation.
You know, last week we had on Philippe Allange.
Yes.
And we talked about, we mentioned, we had the story later in the thing about a Russian goalie being hit in the head by a flare gun.
Flare gun, that's right.
It's not illegal to bring flare guns into stadiums.
That's insane. That's insane.
So imagine, the fact that you could bring flare guns into the stadium. Imagine what's going to go on in Russia and Qatar. I mean, I just can't. We were talking about the fact that they have to play on.
Well, you
grass
bring in,
fields
but I
and
mean,
stuff.
how do you even acquire something like that? I guess. I mean, I think that's the bigger question there. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if we're going to screen for that, but nobody's going to walk around with a flare gun like on the streets of New York City.
Right now, they're not even allowing you to come into places in the United States with a portable lighter.
Yeah.
You can't even bring lighters into the stadium.
Boy.
Of course, what reason would you have, considering you can't smoke in the stadiums anyway?
That's true. That's true. Talking about all those people that have already died. I wanted to tell you. Last week my brother wound up playing that new golf course in the Bronx.
Trump.
Ferry Point, I think it's called.
Right.
And I guess my brother, in learning the history of the golf course, because it's built on a landfill, and they said,
I didn't know that.
And they said when they were doing the excavation, they came across 13 dead bodies.
Anybody named Jimmy Hoffa?
Yeah, I don't know.
All righty, we're just getting started here on the Glory Day Show. Right after a short break, we'll talk to our good buddy Pete Torgerson. And we'll talk about the Stanley Cup Finals. Coming right back.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Welcome back to the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco here on the InRavio TV network. We have said more than once on this show that there is nothing better than the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the just completed conference finals were just that. For only the second time since the expansion era of the early 60s, both conference finals went to a seventh game as Tampa Bay Lightning and the Chicago Blackhawks emerged to fight on for the greatest trophy in sports, the Stanley Cup. And through it all, our next guest has been right here with us on the Glory Day Show. He's the guy that not only predicted Tampa to go all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, but also predicted they'd play Minnesota, who was eliminated in the first round. Please welcome to the program, Mr. 500, Pete Torgerson. Okay.
Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Hey, Pete, how are you?
All right, man. How are you?
Did you hear that intro? What do you think about that, man? Mr. 500.
Mr. 500?
Well, for this year, anyway. You've been pretty good, man. You have predicted a lot of things for us here.
Hey, I had the Kings there first when they won the Cup the first time.
That's exactly right from the beginning. So, so we got one of the teams we wanted, Chicago. Again, as much as I'm not a Ranger fan, I was looking forward to seeing the Rangers in Chicago. But you know what? Tampa Bay is tough. You were so right, man.
Yeah, they're bigger than some basketball teams for crying out loud, and they're fast. So, I picked up on them early in the year, and I'm a big Stamkos fan ever since in Game
Yeah.
7 against the Bruins. What was that, 2011 when the Bruins won the Cup? He got hit in the face with a slap shot, and he missed like one shift. So
Unbelievable. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
can remember I think even back to the beginning of the season when we were doing the season preview. I think, you said that was one of the teams to watch. I remember, I think I said that too. And Bishop, great goaltender this year,
Yep, that was the biggest steal of all time when they got him from Ottawa for a player. What was his name?
To be named later.
He played at Canisius.
Yeah.
Little guy. He ended up playing for the Islanders. He's like one of those 5'8" guys, and take that any day.
So a couple things about this Stanley Cup final. Okay. Tampa Bay was 9-0 when scoring the first goal. And, of course, they scored the first goal.
in Game 1, but
And
they lost 2-1.
Okay. Tampa had the best record at home this season, but Chicago had the best record on the road. Okay? And Tampa Bay led the league in scoring, and Chicago led the league in giving up the least amount of goals.
Okay, so what's your point?
I have no point. I'm just saying
but
that,
I think you need to look at Chicago's got the experience. They've won the Cup twice. I mean, and it's not that Tampa hasn't won the Cup either. But Chicago's going to win this series in 5, I think. Pete, what do you think?
Well, I think you saw a lot in that third period in the first game, Game 1.
That's right.
Tampa's cruising along, and then Chicago, they showed they've been there, and Tampa showed they've never been there before. Tampa couldn't get the puck out of their zone. Chicago just put the pedal to the metal, and they were pounding them on the forecheck, everywhere, back check, you name it, they were on them. Chicago showed why they won 2 cups in the last 4 years or 5 years, whatever it is.
two cups in the last.
Unbelievable, and Tampa had no answer for them.
They've won.
They were just,
They've won 2 cups in the last 5 years, so they've
Tampa
won
started-
a cup, lost, won a cup, lost.
The start of that game, Tampa Bay were flying. But the Chicago withstood the storm. They gave up that 1 goal, and that was an unbelievable goal that was scored too, man. You see the hand-eye coordination on that deflection.
Alex Stillorn, he's a great player. He's a Harvard
Unbelievable.
boy.
But I think you just look at the whole playoff series going on this year. Chicago was always the team that just they always found a way to win, and that's what they did on Monday night. And they won on the road. Besides which, Chicago's going to win in 5. I don't see Tampa Bay having a chance in this series.
Yeah, this is a different team than started the playoffs. Chicago. Remember in the beginning of the playoffs, they didn't know which goalie they were going
That's right.
with. They were struggling, but I think they really react to Joe Quenneville. They love that guy and they play for him, and it's unbelievable. They're a great team. They're strong. They've got their top 6 are unbelievable, but their bottom 6 forwards are great too. So great team.
Hey, I have somebody asking a question for you. They want to know if Jonathan Drouin will get into a game during the series.
Probably. Well, you know what? I wouldn't say never. It depends. Maybe game 5, 6, 7. If it goes that far.
I don't even know who Jonathan Drouin is. Do you? Isn't that Duffy Latone? Is it?
Guy from my hospital, Winthrop Hospital.
Oh yeah.
Checking in. He doesn't identify himself though on
Woogie
the,
foot.
on the
Woogie
thing.
foot. Hey Pete, I saw a couple interesting things happened in Fenway Park last night.
Holy smokes!
A woman got hit by a broken bat.
Yes.
She needed to get carted off the field. She was bleeding profusely from the head. It's a life-threatening injury. That's
pretty bad.
pretty intense, man.
Yeah, watching the news, it must have cut her real bad. Like the part that broke off must have hit her. They're saying in the upper cheek area. I guess she was bleeding like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's stable now.
And I think about the time that Mike Piazza's bat broke, and Roger Clemens threw
Roger Clemens threw it at him,
threw the bat
back at him, yeah.
What a knucklehead that guy is,
that
man.
wasn't right. That wasn't roid rage.
But I have to say, you think about it now. I just saw. They didn't show the bat going into the crowd. At least I didn't see it. I
don't think they want to.
I only saw the bat shatter, And what force it must have been for it to make it from the field into the stands. Broken bats usually don't. I've seen the bat when they let loose and the entire bat goes in, but I've never seen the broken part of the bat make it all the way into the stands on a fly.
Well,
they said she was sitting in the third row.
Yeah, and it was right near the on-deck circle, so she was,
They said she was right outside.
She was in the owner's box.
She was in the owner's box, wearing a different hat.
Oakland. She was wearing an Oakland hat.
But,
Hey, the other thing that was going on at that game is this pitcher comes in from Oakland, Paul Venditti.
Yes.
Okay. He pitches right-handed and left-handed.
Right.
Is that unbelievable or what, man?
I've never seen anything like that in my life. I'm watching the game last night, so one of the guys comes out, he's a switch hitter, he's going to bat left. So the guy changes his glove, and then he goes over to the right side. The guy changes it because he's got like a 5-finger glove that he can wear on both.
Yes, he can wear it on both ends. But they did make a rule for that, by the way.
That's right. It's called the Venditti rule.
No.
No, it is.
Is it him?
Well, it was. He used to play for the Yankees. He played for the Yankees
Is he the one
organization.
that played with the Yankees?
He's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
And they were playing the Brooklyn Cyclones. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
And they said that he had to declare after the batter was announced.
Right.
He had to declare what hand he was going to pitch with, because they could just keep on going. You know
Right,
what I
but
mean?
also, doesn't the batter have to declare? I don't remember who has to declare first.
The pitcher has to declare.
Okay.
Okay.
So the pitcher could say, "I'm going to throw
Well,
lefty."
after the batter was announced.
No,
okay?
but the batter yet hasn't gotten to the plate.
I don't think it matters.
Well, no, because it does. Because if the pitcher says, "Okay, I'm going to throw left-handed," then the batter's going to say, "All right, I'm going to bat right-handed." And then the pitcher can't switch, because if he does, then the batter's going to. I think once the batter gets in the box, he can't switch.
Okay. Well, and then the pitcher can't.
You know what,
do it.
Pete? We need a rule clarification.
Yeah, you being an official type of person. What do you think?
That's what happened last night. The guy walks out, he goes into the right-hand box, so the guy becomes a lefty, and then he switches back, and then the pitcher pointed to his right arm, and then the umpire was like pointing to the the press
Right,
box.
and he had to go back to the dugout because he needed his other helmet, because his helmet. He's a switch hitter. He has two different helmets. One with the flap on. He's not like Joey Votto, who has the flap on both sides. He looks like a 12th grader, a 12-year-old. I mean, but.
And I also understand that when this guy came in to pitch, the Fenway Park organist played the song.
Switch hitter?
No, Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell.
Oh, that's pretty. That's very.
That is clever. That is clever. Huh?
There you have it. There's your music trivia for today.
There you go. So, Pete, who do you think is going to win this series? I never got an official prediction.
I'm still sticking with my my Lightning here.
How many
Lightning,
games?
wow.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle, but I think they'll pull it out. They might be able, if they can play like they did in that first and second period, just continue through and not say, "Oh man, we're winning 1-0. Let's dump it in." Don't change their style. Keep doing what they're doing. Get in on the forecheck and pound some people. They're going to wear the Blackhawks down, I think, because the Blackhawks defense is thin now, and these guys are playing 30 minutes, 22 to 28 minutes a game, and they've been doing it for 4 series. At some point, they have to run out of gas unless these guys are Superman. Especially if you got guys 6'7", 6'8" running into you, trying to put you through the wall every time. At some point, there has to be a breaking point, and that's what I'm hoping for.
So do you think they do it in 6 games, 7 games, or they come back and sweep the next 4?
I think it'll go 7.
7.
Yeah, I like the Bolts in 7. And remember, they're going into Chicago, which is a crazy place. They won in Madison Square Garden in games 5 and 7, so they're not afraid of the road.
That's true. And
so I think that'll be a
one other
big
tidbit:
game.
if Chicago gets a lead in the second period, they are 32-0.
Okay. I still think it'll be Chicago, but we'll see.
Me too. I'm going to take
will see.
Chicago in 6 games. I'll give Tampa Bay this game because they have to win this game Saturday. Tomorrow. Is it tonight?
Tonight.
Tonight. They have to win this game tonight. They cannot go down. If they go into Chicago down 0-2, Pete, that's going to be trouble.
Yeah, and the other key, I think, is Tyler Johnson. He's got to get back on the goal scoring thing.
Yeah.
He's still leading the playoffs in scoring, but he hasn't had a goal in like 5 games. So get him going, to get the triplets going, and any team that has Stamkos on your second line, I think, is a good team. So,
All righty, Pete.
I'm sticking with these guys.
Give us a quick thing. Triple Crown today. American Pharaoh, yes or no?
He's going to do it.
He's going to do it.
Wow, okay.
All righty.
Okay, bold prediction there, Pete.
And
Good
we
talking to you,
will
my
have
friend.
a prediction from Sammy Stone later
yeah.
in the show.
All
All right, Pete, thanks. We'll talk to
The key
you.
to that, the key to that is none of the horses that are in this race today ran either race before.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
he's the only one coming in on off the three-peat, and I think he's going to pull it off. Because is it raining down there?
It was this morning,
It's
but
kind of
clearing
nasty
up.
looking,
clearing
but
up,
it's
yeah.
not going to rain by the race time. All right, man.
Yeah,
We'll talk to you.
Maybe it'll be a little muddy down there for him.
Yeah.
His father was a mutter. Okay, Pete.
His mother was.
Take care.
How about George
Thanks a
Costanza
lot.
getting fired? All right.
All right.
I'll leave you on that note. See you later.
All right, thanks, Petey. That's our good pal Pete Torgerson.
So we're going to take a break here. When we get back, it'll be Jerry Schwartzman's return. Will he or will he not put a jinx on American Pharaoh's bid to become the first Triple Crown winner since 1978? You're watching the Glory Days show with Bruce and Disco, only on the Radio TV network. Coming right back.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Hey, this is Chris West Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Welcome back to the Glory Days show with Bruce Disco here on the InRavio TV network. You know about the Sports Illustrated cover jinx, right?
Yes.
Okay. You also know about the Madden football, the cover of the Madden football video game, right?
Okay.
But you may not know about our next guest. Okay. In 2012, he was so sure that I'll Have Another was going to win the Triple Crown that he got on a plane from Chicago and made the trip to New York, only to find out when he got to the hotel that the horse got scratched.
I was going to say he found the horse's head in his bed.
And although there was no Triple Crown bid in 2013, right here on this program in 2014, he predicted, no, I believe he guaranteed.
Yes, he did.
That California Chrome was going to win the Triple Crown. Of course, he finished fourth to Tonalist, who didn't run in either the Derby or the Preakness. And in a few minutes, he's going to give it another shot and try to avoid becoming a part of the Jerry Jinx.
Jerry Jinx, okay.
Please
JJ.
welcome back to the program the bravest man I know, Jerry Schwarzman. Jerry, are you there?
Good morning, fellas. Hi, Bruce.
Hey, how you doing, Jerry?
I send you greetings and salutations from His Excellency.
Thank you, my friend.
I was waiting for that. Now we get down to some business. What did you think about that intro that your friend wrote for you?
Well, that's why I don't have any listed phone number anymore. But and I thought that helped me out. But I got a very early wake-up call this morning from Bob Baffert, and he was asking me, he was begging me not to take his horse today.
I see.
One of your email chain friends, and I can't remember who it was, sent back an email saying that him and his family are living in I think he said in a van down by the river because he bet all his money last year on California Chrome. Hey, it was funny, Jerry. I pulled the clip of. We don't have it today, but I actually went back and I watched the clip from the show last year. And our pal Sammy Stone?
Sure.
He predicted that California Chrome was not going to win the Triple Crown last year.
But I'll tell you what, though. I think about last year, and Jerry, you weren't the only person that thought.
Everybody
it was a
was
lock.
picking it.
I mean, you were a little bolder than most, okay? But a lot of people thought that California Chrome was a non, a can't miss, was a sure thing, I do remember also the owner going on a rant right after, talking about all the other guys. I'm not sure he used the word cowards. That's kind of what sticks out in my mind about these other owners that didn't have their horses race in the previous races.
Jerry, what do you think about that? I think what the owner was questioning was that if you don't race in the first two, you shouldn't be allowed to race in the third one. What do you think of that?
Well, we've talked about that quite a bit. And, we talk about other tournaments where the champion has to be part of the tournament from the very beginning. But that's what makes this race so special. And, in fact, that's why you can't get swept up. You can't avoid being swept up by the whole Triple Crown notion. Because what might happen today may not happen, at least again in my lifetime.
Yeah.
It's more infrequent than an eclipse. So it's all about the emotion of the moment and where it creates a milestone in one's life.
You said it's been such a long time since there was a Triple Crown winner, and I can remember where the years and years where basically it wasn't even a chance, and now last year we had a chance, this year we had a chance.
And 2 years ago we had a chance. 3 years ago we had a chance.
You think these races are fixed?
You think they're really trying to get us? I know we didn't have a show the week of the Preakness, so we didn't get a chance to talk about American Pharaoh and the Preakness. But it was like nobody challenged him at all in that race. He won by 7 lengths in a real sloppy, rainy track.
Well, if you got time for just a moment, what did one racehorse say to the other racehorse while speeding down the backstretch?
I'm afraid to ask.
Keep
the
it clean.
face is familiar, but I don't recognize the mane. So that's the theme of what this race is all about. It's all about, I believe, pace. This race is a mile and a half. American horses are not bred for distance. They're bred for speed. So this is a real challenge on how do you approach a race where you come into the stretch and you still got a third of the race to go. You look for that finish line and you say, where is it? Where is it? And it never gets there.
Well, that's it.
And of
Well,
course,
do you think that if this horse comes out and is leading, I don't think a horse can lead wire to wire in this race.
It's unlikely. You will see Materiality break on top to try to set the speed, and I don't know what the Materiality's tactic is, but Materiality needs to be on top if he hopes to be on the board at the finish.
Now,
And you got to look at the split at the half mile and see where that is. If it's around 48, 49, I think we're okay with American Pharoah. If it's faster, then what American Pharoah's got to do is determine, is he going to hang with Materiality as he goes out, or is he going to set back a bit and run from farther off pace, understanding that when they come into the stretch, all horses are tired. And the horse on top normally has an easier run. It's just the horse's psyche that can a tired American Pharoah make up whatever ground he gave in the tactics of the race.
Now, I thought we were talking a little before that we said that basically none of these horses that are in this race raced in the other two, but I thought Materiality
No,
raced
some
in
of them
the,
did.
raced in the Derby.
I'm going to go through them for you.
All right.
Okay. Mubtahaji, okay, he raced in the Kentucky Derby but didn't race in the Preakness. Table of Verb raced in the Preakness but not the Kentucky Derby.
Okay.
Made from Lucky didn't race in any of the previous two.
There's only eight. How many horses are in this race? Like 8?
There's only 8.
Okay.
Frumento raced in the Kentucky Derby, but not the Preakness. Frosted was the Kentucky Derby, but not the Preakness. And same thing with both Keen Ice and Materiality. And Jerry, let's go over the horses real fast. Okay. What I want to do is let's just take a look at obviously the favorites. Okay. And so we'll start with obviously American Pharoah. Now that horse
Is that obvious?
Well, he's the odds-on favorite on the board.
All right, I'm just asking how you
We're
can
just
say
talking.
obviously. Okay.
We're just talking board.
Okay.
Okay. This is his 4th race in 8 weeks. Okay, and Baffert is the only trainer who has had 3 horses with a chance to win the Triple Crown and lost all 3 of them. He lost with Silver Charm in 97, Real Quiet in 98, and War Emblem in 02. Now, the jockey, guess who he rode last year?
I don't know.
California Crow.
Oh, really? You know, I think that's a lot of good information. I think we should let Jerry weigh in on what's going on.
But, so I'm just laying it out here.
You got it, and that's what I like about you. The American Pharoah essentially has taken away all the reasons why he should have a problem. He doesn't have a problem with the surface or the conditions or the number of horses or whether he's got to go on top or off pace. And in fact, the only vulnerability he has was he spooks. And now American Pharoah runs with earplugs after his first race which was his only loss. Hell, he may have headphones going down the stretch, playing the theme from Rocky. So that's the problem betting against this horse. He's done it all, and he doesn't have an apparent vulnerability.
I see.
But the other horses that might contend, I don't think Frosted can go the distance. Materiality might get on the board.
Well, let me just stop there for 1 second. Let me ask you about Frosted. Okay. Now, he has, now I'm going to sound like I really know what I'm talking about, but I really just read this.
Don't worry, I know you don't.
Frosted has a strong distance pedigree. Okay. Tappet is from Deputy Minister. Okay. And that was his father. Okay. They expect him to stay close. And if he stays close, they think he could win it down the stretch.
Who's they?
Well, if you look at
They know who they are.
Go ahead, Jerry.
who the hell is they? Well, if you look at the form, I think Frosted gets hung right near the 3/16, the quarter of a mile 3/16. He just gets hung, and I think that's his optimal distance, right around there. So I think he's going to fall off. I think he's going to be a factor. I think he's going to be near the top as he comes into the stretch, but he doesn't have the gear after that last quarter mile, I think, to take it.
But you know who his jockey is, right?
I sure do, Rosario.
And what horse did Rosario race last year? Tonalist.
Okay, not California Chrome.
No, not California Chrome. There were not two jockeys
You know,
on
I'm
California
glad we're
Chrome.
talking about jockeys here for a minute, okay? Because, I mean, last year I think we were talking about the nose strips, you know,
Yeah.
with California Chrome. This year, what I want to talk about is this, okay? Have you seen this picture yet?
My Little Ponies?
Okay, yeah. The jockey here. Let's see, I got his name here someplace. Victor Espinoza, okay? He's got some explaining to do, okay? He's engaged, okay? I got to find the other picture though. But he's been photographed with two leggy blondes, not the same one, and one of them he's engaged to and one of them he's not, you know?
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's been photographed with the ponies.
No.
Well, you know, he's had two chances to win a Triple Crown.
Yeah.
And he lost both of them.
Yeah.
California Chrome. But he was also on Warhorse in
Okay.
2002. Okay, so, and he's lost both of them. So what other horse do you think has a chance? We were talking about materiality?
Well, I think he's going to fall off. I think he's going to fall off if he tries to push it and stay on top. I think no horse can go wire to wire in this mile and a half unless you're some Superman. I think Tail of Verve's got a chance as I study this form. And the reason I feel that way is because this horse never allows a horse to pass him in the stretch, and he's always a closer. The only problem here is his buyers. He just started to put a good buyer on the board, and the thinking is that maybe he's coming into form now. And he's got a great jockey on him, Gary Stevens, who is a crafty jockey who knows all about pace, who knows all about how races set up, and can steal a race, especially even when you don't expect it. So there's my ridiculous pick of the day, because you're not going to get any price on American Pharoah. Not only is he the best horse in the race, but like everybody, I will be going to the window to buy $22 tickets and have stocking gifts covered for the rest of the year. And like everybody else will be all over this horse like ants on a sweet roll. So everybody's going to look at, how can I make money on second or third, I believe. Even wheeling a horse is not going to get you any kind of price. The thing about this is that you can't forget, though, that 20 horses have come into this race with winning the first and second of the Triple Crown and have failed.
Yes.
8 horses finished second, 5 horses finished third. You remember Funnyside, who was all of our endeared horse. In 2003, Funnyside took third in the Belmont trying to win the Triple Crown. He ran 104 buyers and still took third. And he would have won 11 out of the 11 other Preaknesses, Belmonts, if he would have run in other years. So it's a unusual race, and it's a challenge that really has earned its reputation.
Okay, here's two horses that I think have a chance. Okay, Made from Lucky. Okay.
Well,
just
if I can
looking
just comment on that.
Just looking at what happened, this horse won the Peter Pan in Belmont. Okay, which is the same prep race that Tonalist won last year, before he beat California Chrome. And Tonalist also didn't run in either one. Okay, I think that horse has a chance, and I'm going to give you a long shot. Fremento. Yes.
Oh man, you were out late last night.
But let me just tell you about a Nick Zito horse. Okay, Nick Zito's horse has won 2 Belmonts.
Yeah.
Okay, and both of them were for incredible long shots.
You've been talking to Timmy the Trotter. That's what you've been doing.
Birdstone in 2004 and Datara in 2008. Okay, and his jockey has won the Belmont
twice. So, Disco,
twice.
are you betting on this horse or not?
I don't bet.
Okay, all right.
Because betting is for suckers.
Because betting is illegal. I don't know.
I don't know. So, Jerry, give me. You think? Give me a long shot. You think that if I'm gonna spend a couple of shekels on a horse, who would it be?
Well, just to comment on Made from Lucky, he's putting on 10 pounds, even though he likes the surface. putting on 10 pounds. And I'm looking at Fomento, and I can't figure out where you're coming from.
We'll be checking his urine after the show, okay?
Well, you know what that means, don't you? If you can't tell where I'm coming from.
I suggest if you want a long shot, Taylor Verve. I think this horse might get on the board, and he will not be out of the race.
Who's that?
Even if he's 5-6 lengths back.
Which horse? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Taylor Verve.
Taylor Verve. So
Coming
this is
out
your
of the
launch.
two hole with Gary Stevens up.
Okay.
Even though he may be 5-6 lengths coming out of the turn, you will not count him out. You can't count him out from getting on the board until the finish. Yeah, this horse runs when other horses are there to challenge him. And,
Okay, two more things that are running against American Pharaoh. Number one is the last 9 Belmont favorites have lost.
Okay.
And the last 9 winners all skipped the Preakness. So, and his jockey is 4-67 lifetime at Belmont. That's not good.
You talking about this guy, Victor?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now, Jerry, we're going to have to ask our man, Sammy Stone.
All right.
Sammy Stone,
That's right.
tell me the future.
Okay, ask me.
Will American Pharaoh win the Triple Crown today?
That ain't gonna happen.
Just
That
like
is
last year.
exactly what he
Okay.
said last year.
Yep, it is. Jerry, we're running a little bit over, so we got to go here.
Okay, thanks, fellas. I wish
Hey,
you a
listen.
great
So,
day. I
so we're
hope
looking
we have
for. We're
highlight.
all kidding aside. We're looking for American Pharaoh to really do this today,
It
right?
would be good. It would be good for the sport.
I think it'd be great for
Okay.
the sport.
All right.
Because I've run out of places to live on this globe.
We're going to take another break here. When we get back, we'll bring you the details on the Brooklyn
Thanks, Jerry.
Cyclones saluting Seinfeld with what they're calling the Summer of George in our Did You Hear About segment. Stay with us. You're watching the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco, only on the Radio TV network. Coming right back.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Hey, this is Christmas Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Welcome back to the Glory Day Show with Bruce Disco here on the Radio TV network. If you are a sports fan, you know you can always turn to ESPN or SNY to get the latest scores and highlights. And one thing we pride ourselves on here at Glory Days is providing you with information you may not have heard anywhere else. We call this segment, Did You Hear About? Right on cue, baby.
All right. So last year, the Brooklyn Cyclones celebrated 25 years of nothing with a very popular Salute to Seinfeld night. The event garnered international attention, drew fans from 26 states, and sold out in a matter of minutes. This year, the Cyclones have decided to celebrate the Summer of George on Sunday, July 6th, the same date that the show first aired in 1989. MCU Park, which will be renamed Vandelay Industries Park, it was last year, I guess, is being renamed Kramerica Industries Field this year. The Cyclones will be wearing jerseys inspired by Kramer's Technicolor Dreamcoat. The jerseys will then be auctioned off after the game with the proceeds going to the Human Fund, actually a real Brooklyn charity. Actor Steve Heinter, who played the comedian Kenny Banya, will be at the game and posing for pictures for fans throughout the game. There'll also be a special Share a Meal with Banya ticket package that will feature a private meet and greet in the Cyclones bar, which will be renamed Mindy's for the evening. He may even give away a suit to somebody that's lucky, I'll tell you. Plenty of perks for the fans, too. The first 2,500 fans in attendance for the 5 p.m. game against the Williamsport Crosscutters will get a limited edition Little Jerry bobblehead. Fans dressed as Crazy Joe Davola's
Pagliacci.
The 8-ball jacket will be allowed to throw out the first pitch. Fans named Bob Cobb, also known as the Maestro, will be able to make the musical selections for the ball game. Any survivors from the Andrea Doria are admitted free of charge. I'll tell you, this is way too much. This is way too much, man.
We're not even halfway there then.
I don't know.
Good, keep going.
There will be a breathtaking baby cam that will have live shots of babies in the stadium. That will also include pictures of saying they're breathtaking babies. Right. Cyclones employees will be placed in a bubble on the concourse and take on all comers in games of Trivial Pursuit. As a reminder, it's the Moors, not the Moops. It's Moops, okay. Fans can show their creativity at the Special Arts and Crafts table, whether it's fusilli Jerry or macaroni and Midler. Just be careful where you sit.
You know, you think about it and you say, wow, these guys, they thought about just about everything.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know what they're going to do next year. Because there's going to be plenty of activities for the fans. They've incorporated numerous iconic parts of the show.
Okay.
And some of them are really like pretty clever activities, you know. They include a top of the muffin to you. All right, it's going to be a pregame
exclamation point
with an exclamation. Okay. It's a pregame competition where you have to grab the top of the muffin and eat it and throw away. Remember what they call it? Dump the stump.
All right.
That's right. They're going to have a Costanza trash eating contest where you'll reach into a trash can and eat eclairs, and the fan that can win the most eat the most. There's an Ovaltine drinking relay that'll be officiated by Banya. Did you ever play flip with a beer cup? You drink a beer, flip a cup, and then you have to flip it and make it stand?
Never done
that. Well,
I have to go to the game.
You'll have to go to the game. The mud is round. I mean, the mug is round. The jar is round. They should call it Round Team. It's gold, Jerry. Gold. All right. There's an urban sombrero catch where the fans will have to toss objects to their partners, and they'll have to catch it in the urban sombrero. The Kramer lobster catch.
Okay.
Okay. The fans, they're going to be lowering lobster traps from the upper deck, and fans are going to have to see how many crabs they could grab.
There's a baseball game going on too here, right?
Well, we don't know.
Okay.
This seems like there's too many things.
Yeah.
Fans will be running errands for Mr. Pitt.
Wow.
Okay. They have to choose the right tube socks, a mechanical pencil, while they're drinking a bottle of Moulin Springs water and carrying a Woody Woodpecker balloon. And fans will have to attempt to correctly identify the candy bars. They won't all be Twix. And of course, there'll be a Seinfeld trivia contest called Real, Spectacular, or Fake, Fake, Faith. Oh, and also, wow, this just keeps going. It never ends. How much time we have? 3 hours? The second annual Elaine dancing competition to identify the worst dancer.
That will be a good one.
And you know what the ultimate prize is? A big salad. You know, there are so many Seinfeld fans, and it's amazing that this show is as iconic as it is. But you know what? It might be something fun to do.
Yeah, I tell you, I think that was a little too much, you know, and there's plenty of things they didn't do, you know?
Like what?
Well, you know, first of all, see this?
Oh, the world's greatest dad.
That's what I was, you know.
Well, you know, I'm
how
thinking-
official is that?
Well,
you know?
well, you know, what I was thinking was, what could they possibly do next year?
Here we go.
All right.
Date. What's the largest woman you ever had dated? Okay, you know? Remember that show?
I guess this thing could go on forever.
It could.
Unfortunately, we can't.
Okay.
That was a good segue. All right, we're almost out of time here on Glory Days Show. We're going to take a break. We'll wrap up for the weekend. Stay with us. You're watching the Glory Days Show with Bruce Disco, only on the Radio TV network. We're coming right back.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Hey, this is Chris Dick, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Welcome back to the Glory Days Show with Bruce Disco here on the Radio TV network. So what did we learn today?
There's way too many people infatuated with Seinfeld, including us. You know?
Well, I learned that, you know, if you're a tall blonde woman and you're dating a jockey, don't wear heels.
As if that picture. Yeah, I should take that picture back out, right? Yeah.
We also found out that if you're going to bet for the Kentucky Derby today, don't bet on American Pharoah because Jerry says he's going to win and Sammy Stone says he's not.
Yeah, and Sammy Stone was right last year, so you know,
Jerry
you can't
was
argue
wrong.
with the Stone, man, you know?
And what else?
Well, I think Chicago's going to win in 5, although we have a difference of opinion with Pete. Pete thinks Tampa Bay is going to go in 7 games.
Pete thinks Tampa is going to do it.
He does. He does.
I like Chicago too. I like the jerseys.
Do you?
I always like the Chicago jersey with the
yeah.
with the chief on the side and the little crossbones or whatever they have.
There's no controversy about that, right? But there's controversy about the Washington Redskins. I don't quite get that one.
They don't call him Chief, pale face, red face or something. You know,
Chief Nakahoma. I don't know.
Nakahoma is a good name, I think.
It's a great name. It's a great name.
And they're not complaining about Chief Nakahoma. They're not even complaining about the whoa. Yeah, I would think that would have been a complaint.
I guess the other thing we learned is basically there's a lot of people that are going to die building a stadium over in Qatar. Although we also
don't be a migrant worker in Qatar.
We also found out that when they built the Ferry Point golf course over in the Bronx, they uncovered 13 dead bodies in that landfill. But there's no mob.
But there's no mob. Don't
and we
worry
don't know
about
if Jimmy Hoffa was in there. I guess they're checking some dental records. I guess I don't know.
Alrighty. Thanks to our producers, Kyle Melnick and Bonnie Schultz, for all their hard work and making us look so good out here. And thanks to our guests today, Pete Torgerson and Jerry Schwarzman, for helping us out today. Thanks, Chuck and Bonnie, for putting up with this nonsense week after week. And of course, thanks to you, our loyal viewers. Don't forget, you can check out the Glory Days on the demand page, www.inravio.com. You can watch any of our past shows or any of the other great shows on the InRavio TV network. Don't forget, watch the Belmont Stakes today and see if American Pharoah can win that Triple Crown. I hope he does,
That
but I don't
coverage
think he's
starts at
gonna.
4:30, but the race is 6:50 post time.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.